Hey Nerdies, it's kathleenmms here, and today I'm going to be analyzing Max from Life is Strange.
No! Whoa.
Max is an insecure 18-year-old student. She transfers to a new school where she struggles to fit in and deal with the daily pressures of young adulthood. After witnessing her friend get shot, she discovers her extraordinary ability to rewind time and shape the world around her. So, this analysis is going to be a little bit different than my other character analysis videos in that I have several different theories that I want to explore. I think there are many valid ways to approach this story, and I feel that there are so many amazing analysis videos on this game that are so much better than what I could achieve with this. So I'm just going to give this my best shot, share some of my ideas about the ending and Max's character, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Theory 1. Photography.
You did it, Max. You're a real artist.
Max's gift is a manifestation of her talent for photography. Photography is, as Jefferson says, little pieces of time. A skilled photographer can capture a moment for eternity and allow the viewer to go back in time to that moment. They can steal an image and manipulate how the world sees it. In the same way Max controls images through photography, she controls time with her supernatural abilities. Now, this is important because every fantastical detail of the story is also grounded in reality. Max's powers give her the opportunity to recognize the many talents she has outside of her supernatural abilities. For example, Max's supernatural gift doesn't help her solve all of her problems. In many ways, it makes her problems worse. For every decision Max makes, an imperfection is formed in the fabric of reality. Hence the dead animals, Chloe's health problems in the alternate timeline, and the tornado. But Max grows stronger despite her limitations. She begins to recognize her potential as her self-confidence grows. As cheesy as it sounds, Max develops the strength to make friends, stand up to bullies, confess her feelings, save lives, and overcome impossible odds without her abilities. She doesn't need her powers to make the fearless decision she made. She needed her powers to show her how powerful she already was, how powerful she always was. Theory 2. Innocence. One of the most important motives in Life is Strange is the loss of innocence. This game provides a powerful example of the violent, victim-shaming world women live in. Jefferson uses the theme of innocence to characterize his work. He prefers to photograph young, preferably virgin students that have a youthful enthusiasm. This is because their innocence generates a more terrified look when he ties them up and photographs them. He finds pleasure in being the one with the power to destroy their youthful sense of security.
I'm obsessed with the idea of capturing that moment innocence evolves into corruption. That shift from black to white to gray and beyond. Most models are cynical. They lose that naivete. However, some Blackwell students carry their hope and optimism with them like an aura.
By the game's definition, innocence is the stage of blissful ignorance a youth experiences. The ignorance of true, life-threatening fear. At the beginning of the game, all Max fears is not fitting in. This game is about Max's loss because no matter what you choose in the end, she will lose so much. Yet one of the most powerful and painful things she loses is her innocence. Picture everything she went through in the game as an accumulation of trauma. Every time she rewinded time and set things right, she still carried the memories of what it was like to see her friends die. She still remembered what it was like to be tied up, physically and emotionally assaulted by her teacher.
Chloe. Jefferson drugged and kidnapped me. I was tied up in his bunker. You have no idea what hell I went through to get back here. But I couldn't let you die. You brought me back here, and I can't lose you again. I won't.
Post-traumatic stress is like reliving the same trauma over and over again. Every time you encounter something that reminds you of that dreadful moment, you are transported back and being harmed all over again.
Oh, fuck. God, no. I'm back here again? I thought I fixed everything.
In many ways, this game shows its viewers the horrific loop men and women who are abused find themselves experiencing over and over. They keep trying to change their patterns, trying to change their lives and habits, but they end up reliving the trauma over and over in their minds. In the same way, this game gives us an image of reloop, of being forced to go back again and again, reliving the most uncomfortable moments of the game. Max constantly tries to change the past, yet she witnesses her friend getting killed again and again. She tries to get out of Jefferson's captivity, but ends up reliving the abuse. One way to interpret this story is, instead of thinking of Max as too powerful for her own good, and the tornado as a manifestation of her abuse of power, imagine her abilities are a manifestation of the turmoil she's experiencing in her mind as a result of the unfair things that have happened to her. Theory 3. Realism. Life is Strange at its heart is a love story. Whether that love story is romantic or platonic is up to the player. Yet whatever you choose, Life is Strange is about the deep connection two girls share. At the beginning of the story, we meet Chloe. She woos the player with her confidence, her humor, and sense of adventure. Chloe is the reason this game exists. She is a catalyst for Max's abilities and encourages Max to experiment with her talents. Max even discovers her ability to travel through pictures because she wants to save Chloe's dad. But no good story is void of conflict, and that is why Max's desire to be with Chloe is both the objective and conflict of this game. In order to prove this point, let's compare the objective of Life is Strange with the objective of other games. In most games, we are given a problem and explained what gifts or abilities our main character will use to defeat this problem. At the end of the story, we expect the problem to be solved with these abilities. In Life is Strange, however, the message is very different. Max is presented with a problem and with her abilities attempts to solve the problem. Yet at the end of the story, she doesn't solve the problem, but learns she must live with the problem. Observe the most classic game of all time. In most Mario games, we know what Mario wants. He wants to be with Peach. His conflict is Peach is kidnapped. His goal? To rescue Peach so he can, be with Peach. Now look at Life is Strange. Chloe is our Peach. She is what Max wants, what the player wants. What is the conflict? Chloe keeps dying because the space-time continuum is attempting to correct itself. What is Max's goal? To rescue Chloe without killing her or everyone else in Arcadia Bay. Unlike Mario, there is no clean solution to this problem, because here's the twist. The more Max tries to be with Chloe, the further apart they become. You must choose to live with Chloe's death or the death of Arcadia Bay. Either way, there really is no winning this game. Why would the developers do something so cruel? Why would they torture us by tempting Max with something she can never have? This question is answered when you discover the objective of this game. Unlike most games, Life is Strange doesn't aim for escapism. In other words, it doesn't try to create a positive world that players can visit to escape the hardships of their real world. Instead, Life is Strange wants players to confront the real world. It reminds players of the reality of fate. I can't remember the term for it, but when I was studying film in college, I learned a technique that is much like breaking the fourth wall. When watching a film or playing a game, we often get so immersed we forget we are watching an illusion. We don't think about the actors in a studio or the graphics that make us believe the illusion. We accept the story as truth, that is, until something so bizarre happens, you're reminded you are watching something that was created. That is exactly what the game was doing to its viewers during Max's bizarre dream sequence.
feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and children.
She saw humanity as tortured, right?
What's going on?
And frankly, it's bullshit.
Nobody even cares?
Keep that to yourself.
The entire section exploited glitches and bizarre dialogue. You could try to analyze and interpret this nonsense, but I think it was just that. Nonsense. Intentional nonsense. I believe the creators wanted to confuse the player so much to take them out of the immersion and remind them that they are playing a game. I believe the shocking nonsense of Chapter 5, along with its tragic ending, aimed at defaming Max's powers for the sake of realism. This game has a strongly pessimistic message. I don't believe the game wanted to blame Max for what happened. I believe it means to remind us the unfairness of fate. Again, realism. Max was lucky enough to be given the decision between Arcadia Bay or Chloe. Now, we could debate about which decision is better, but that's beside the point. The point is, in reality, happy endings only last so long. Tragedy is inevitable. One day, you will lose the person most important to you in the world, or they will lose you. Life is filled with loss. Should we blame Max for trying to rewind time and almost destroying the world in the process? No, because most of us would do it too.
You didn't ask for any of this to happen, but it did. You need to accept how awesome you are.
Maybe I willed it subconsciously or something. I always wanted my life to be special, an adventure, but not without you.
Max is not the villain of this story. Fate is the villain of this story. And if you interpret this game the same way that I do, with a pessimistic lens, you know that fate won. That Max essentially lost. And as I said, there really is no winning this game, because there's, in reality, no way to defeat fate in real life. Normally, at the end of my character analysis videos, I like to discuss the overall positive message that a game has about life, but I think Life is Strange, in my opinion, doesn't have a positive message about life. I think it has a negative message about life, but I think there are times for these negative messages. Both endings are unbearably sad. We have to decide between Chloe's death and the death of everyone in Arcadia Bay. And maybe one day Chloe and Max will be able to live a normal life together. Maybe they'll be able to get over the pain of the sacrifice that Max had to make. But I don't think Max will ever fully get over what she had to do to be with Chloe. And so I think no matter what, both endings are really depressingly sad. I think that these negative interpretations of life are a really important part of art. I think if every game, if every story out there was just positive, then we would know how everything ends. We would know to expect a happy ending. And even though after I played this game, I was filled with sadness, I can't call this game a bad game because I don't believe it's a bad game. I think it's a fantastic game with a sad ending, and that's just my opinion. Some people really hated the ending of this game, and I think that you have the freedom to believe that, but this is just my opinion, this is my interpretation, and I think there are many different ways that you can interpret and view this game, because I believe that it is a piece of art with many different facets to it. So I would like to hear your opinions in the comment section. Keep it civil, please. I will be sure to read your opinions and share ideas with you guys, because that's my favorite part of this character analysis series.
Being together this week, it was the best farewell gift I could have hoped for. You're my hero, Max. I'll always love you. Now get out of here, please. Do it before I freak.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. These character analysis videos take me a couple of weeks to prepare. They are not easy to make, so that's why they're so rare on this channel. So if you do like this video, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you again for watching. I should go. I'm not ready for this.